Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope you all having a great week and a good Thursday. I myself having a good week and a great week basically. And today is my Saturday. I'm off today and tomorrow. And here, we'll be here giving a review of Real Housewives in Atlanta. Y'all see the thumbnail, episodes 10 and 11. And to be honest, I'm not going to discuss everything that's said in the last two episodes. Because to be honest, the last episode recently wasn't even all that. It was basically boring. The only interesting thing was the last scene between Shamia and Peach Juice. And that's the only most thing I would like to talk about. So I think this review for these last two episodes is going to be a mostly conversation and not tell you what happened scene by scene. Because to be honest, most of the scenes was boring. It didn't interest me. So let's get into that. Hey, what's up? Yes. So I'm gonna show my face a little bit, but the internet connection is kind of acting up a little bit. So I will be off camera most of the review. So you just hear my voice. But I just want to show my voice on my face a little bit. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Listen, I got my hair cut tomorrow. So I gotta have a fresh cut for next week. So chair, because I look like this wolfing. You see all this wolfing here? See all that? But doesn't matter. I still look cute. Listen, this is Housewives. Let's get into it. When the symbols start acting up again, I want to get on camera. What y'all think about this last two episodes? Oh, see, it's acting up already. All right. What y'all think about this last two episodes? Listen. This Shamia and Peach Juice friendship that's centered around these last two episodes is something. Because we all know right now they in not speaking terms at the moment. I know Peach Juice said like happy birthday to her recently, and Shamia was so happy, it's made my day and what. But even though they still not in good terms. And it sucks that happens. But I want y'all to let y'all know that the show don't break up friendships or relationships or marriages. The people themselves let that happen. Now, if it's already cracks in your foundation, in your relationships, in your friendship, in your marriages, and whatever, the show will amplify it and showcase it. However, it's not because the show why your friendship is ending. It's because y'all don't talk to each other like that. Y'all bury things, y'all bury your issues. You don't confront them. You keep it to yourself. You spare the feelings. You may talk to other people about your issues, but you don't talk to the person that you have an issue with directly. So all that affects your whole friendship or relationship. Whatever you are in with the person is all that affects. So instead of communicating to that person directly and speaking on these things, y'all get on here and then things is amplified, things just shown. We seeing what actually is the issues. At both ends. I feel like Shamia, you always was a people pleaser. So you bury sometimes your own issues in the sides. It's at times you don't speak on what's in your heart because you don't want to break up and make the person be unhappy with you, even though you are suffering in that aspect. And then sometimes friends like Peach Juice who feel like they're the center and you cater to their needs and whatever they're going through is all about them and whatnot. And sometimes it may be a lopsided friendship. When one person feel like they're always giving and another person always taking, at some point the foundation will fracture. At some point it will be. It will be. So let me know y'all thoughts about that because it was a question on Twitter and somebody mentioned it, and I would say no, the show doesn't break up friendships. It doesn't break this up. Y'all bury things, y'all don't discuss it, and then the show's amplify it when y'all get on the show. So to me, it's like you don't get on reality TV or whatnot if its foundation cracks. Because if it's solid, then no matter what show or what friends you're around or what people you're filming with, it will not infiltrate that. Y'all friendships will be solid. That's what I tell people. It don't tend to get in a reality TV show. As long as you, if you get on a show and you know you already have issues, then you know you're going to get on the show to talk about it. Now, if you don't ready for that to happen, don't get on the show. That's go for any friendship dynamics. Let's go to any relationship dynamics. Because it will magnify whatever issues you have. It will. So I don't know. Sometimes friendships does wither away. You have your moment. Y'all had good, solid decades of friendship. Maybe not be all best with each other. But sometimes things like that happen. In real life, friends been together for a long time, realize after they get older and they become adults, they start to realize and reflecting on things that the friendship doesn't serve them anymore. It doesn't. And that's okay. No one with that. Doesn't mean you ain't gonna feel hurt about it. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna read the loss of your friendship or your relationship with the person. But sometimes letting it go is healthier than holding on to it. It is healthier. All right, let's get to this episode. I'm just saying all that to say that's let them know that no, not because just because they was on the show, it didn't factor the friendship. They had issues way before Shamir became a full-time peach holder. And now it's in the forefront. And baby, the way how Peach was acting that last scene in the last episode, act like she was very dismissive and uninterested in what Shamir had to say, I would have been like, you know what, I am giving up. I'm not trying to work it out with somebody who act like you don't want to be here. If I bother me, you could go somewhere else. You don't need to be here. Especially after you said that you don't get paid enough to talk about these issues. Oh, so you don't get paid enough? Okay. So you wasting our time. When she said that, I would have been like, okay, whatever. Say less. Let's talk about this first thing. Let's talk about this whole sit down with Shamir and Ralph and Peach Juice. To be honest, I don't think Shamir set that up. I think Peach Juice wanted that to be set up. And then she used Shamir to set the thing up with Ralph so she could have a sit down and talk. Because, once the Peach Juice got in that scene, she just dominated the whole thing. Talk about Drew, this text messages that she kind of misinterpreted. Let's be for real. And Dennis wanted to smash Drew. He could have, because he always smashed everybody else. He has a whole freaking collection of Mount Rushmore women on his body. So, declaration of ladies, declaration of whores in his body. So, women, you think he would have, like, come on now. I believe this is a business arrangement between Drew and Dennis. It worked out well because she has a finished product that was a kind of like a solid album. And that's that. Because you will have to do something like that. You will film with someone and sleep with them. Better yet, you did already. Hence why you're getting divorced right now. Oops, did I say it? Yes, I said it. So that sit down, I feel like was more for Peach Juice, and Shamir was used to set that up. Because, Ralph and Shamir worked before in a freaking podcast together and all night. They were supposed to talk about business, yada, yada, yada. Yes, whatever, air quotes. But most likely try to get tea about what's going on between Ralph and Drew. And this is a classic example of moving too fast with someone. He said He proposed to her after 3 months of meeting her. 3 months proposed. That means he was love bombing. He was doing all that extra stuff to get her to drop her guard down, to feel great for him. Ain't not, don't get me wrong. Ralph is not a bad looking guy, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's still a douchebag. So 3 months of dating, he proposed. That's quickly. When the guys had an agenda to propose to you so quickly, they are trying to F your life up. In some way, shape, or form. Maybe he saw how she is, and she's a successful woman, and they have money and status, and he wanted that because, at the end of the day, guys know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And you let them happen. Yes, y'all can say guys is dumb and stupid, and at times they can be, but they are smart as hell. They know exactly what they're doing and play with your heartstrings. So for y'all to be smart enough, y'all should know how the game goes. But no. Y'all should know how the game goes. For men to be Mars and women to Venus, y'all should be smart enough with how these play games so don't be falling for these dusty ass dudes. But y'all be falling so quickly for them. Quickly. So they know exactly what they're doing. So proposed to her 3 months. They got married in 5 months. And then she got pregnant in 8 months. So it was no opportunity to get to know each other. It was a very rapid whirlwind romance. A rapid whirlwind romance. Being together, quickly, propose, marriage, pregnancy, and whatnot. And what was your end game? Where'd you go? You got the house in your name. You didn't want to have Drew to be part of the house deed or whatever. That's when you went behind the back and bought the house for yourself for whatever reason. But yet you live in the basement. How? So he don't like how Drew is becoming. So what was she? If you don't even know who she was, you don't know how she was before. So what she becoming what? You didn't know her. So what is she becoming? You didn't know her. So what exactly is she becoming? Oh, that means you can't control her. That's what it says to me. I don't like the woman she becoming. Usually code word that you don't like, that you can't control who she is. Because she ain't gonna let you love bomb her and give her this world freaking relationship, this up and down spiral control relationship you was giving her, playing her face, playing her top. So now you don't get to control someone, because I know that's exactly what guys like to do, like him like to do, especially if he moves so fast into the woman like that. Never. So they had this conversation. Once Peach Juice walked up, I rolled my eyes. I said, and it's exactly why Shamia, or call it to Marlo, Shamila, it's exactly why people call you a lap dog. Because why she had to be there. And your lame ass excuse. I brought her there because I needed a witness. I said, witness for what? What's going to be said that you need her a witness for? Because once she got in there, it was no business talking anymore. It was mostly about Drew. And so that cop out excuse about witnesses, goodbye. I was so done with that scene. I was saying, oh, child. So she read the text with Dennis. It's like Drew. It said something about she misinterpreted and think that, oh, Drew trying to sleep with Dennis. I said that was a text message just saying he want to he want to do more. I think basically he just wanted to do music. And by the way, I will watch the interview with Carlos and Carly Shaquem and Drew, and I would do what we did before: video critique, interview, watch, and critique, and talk about it. What I do, I'll watch it first, have a spare time, speed it up the video, watch it, get my commentary, and then upload it to YouTube. And we watch as a premiere together and make comments on the video and see what you had to say about the whole interview. It being successful so far in my other videos I have done with the Andrea Kelly, with the Tyler thing. I did also with the Addison Hoka and some other interviews. I will continue to do. I did the Monique thing I did as well. I did the Monique thing as well. Yeah, I did. And that's that. So I'll go do the Drew interview. We'll see if she get it. But what's not. So they basically carried the bone with it. And he said he went for divorce because he found out that Drew, or according to him, that Drew and Ty had an affair. Y'all know Ty. Ty's on Basketball Wives right now. I don't watch that show, so it won't get no review from me. Basketball Wives with her girlfriend, Ming Ling. And to be honest, I'm not with everybody else with their opinions about they thinking that Drew and Ty smash. I don't think so. I feel like it may be some flirtation going on between those two. But I feel like that's all it was. I feel like it was Ty was there as a friend with Drew. They connected. They had a good time, maybe flirty, but further as sexual or having a full-blown relationship, I don't think that was. I don't think that was. I don't think so. I don't believe it. So he said that's the reason why you're getting divorced. First of all, that he said he was the first one went to the file first. I said no. We found out that Drew found first. You remember the Drew one? You remember the Drew one? She went to file first. Run to that courtroom. Child. She ran to that courtroom way fast. Faster than Drew. Bitch, let me get the fuck out of there. Let me file divorce and file first. Yes. Drew ran to that courtroom. She filed first before it was out. So he said he didn't cheat. I said, boy, bye. Nobody believed that. Nobody believed that. Because the way how you stand, how you act, nobody believed nothing that you did not cheat. Boy, get out of here. So he want to hold her accountable. And when I said, girl, bye. So that whole scene with Ralph and Shamia and Peach Juice, I was like, see, this is exactly what's issue. So you can film with Ralph, but it's a whole issue with Drew film with them. I said, listen, you lucky Drew is a good one because if I was my petty days like that, I would say I would give you something to talk about. I will bust a split you go right in the face real quick. And what? I'll give you something to talk about. Oh yes, we did it. I will pop this in the handstand. What? You said we did it, so I gave you the truth. It's out there. Because you know your man's a whore. No, not your man. Your baby daddy. So, what? You slept with Simon when he was with Fallon. So, and she lucky she got the right one. She found the right one. Because a real petty woman would have slept with Dennis. And that's not your man. That's not your husband. Oh, yeah, baby daddy said different. Whatever. Oh, baby daddy said different. Your dusty ass conversation you had with Cynthia. Cynthia got my nerves with all that talking. Baby daddy said different. I said, girl, F out of here. But you don't say nothing about husbands though. But baby dads say different. So Angela selling some properties. That freaking recent house she had to renovate that. It looks dusty anyway, but whatever. She trying to sell it and she not making any profit because none of them are selling. I said, I don't know. Maybe how you renovate it, how the house looks. It may not be good property. You may downgrade that freaking prices that you have for the house and maybe it will sell. But her and Kelly talk and no, she just talk about the Wendy Williams thing. How I think Wendy at that time spread some tea about some Angela and Charles, and they say Charles, Angela was saying that she knows because she's in the same situation. But Angela, according to Angela, she said she was talking about her baby daddy, her child's father, not so much of Charles having an outside baby. However, she did mention that it was a long time in their relationship at one point, and it was some infidelity happening. But I don't think it's surprising because most players, I'm not saying all, most players do have an affair on their girlfriends and wives, and sometimes the wives and girlfriends knows about it, and they're not leaving the man because they got the access, and they say, "Listen, whatever you gonna do, what you got to do, but as long as I'm taken care of, I'm good." So it was a rough patch. And I believe that. Like, at the end of the day, let's have our group. By now, we do know they got our kids that's not together with them too. I think they combined, they had like four kids, something like that, but like 3 or 4 of them is on their own individual, and they get one together, I believe. I'm not sure. It is a whole family dynamic with too much going on anyway. Y'all let me know. What's up with everybody at? Everybody watching. So it's infidelity. I can believe that. And this whole relationship with Charles and Angela, I don't know. I mean, I feel like in his own way, he is how he is. He's his own ways, and he gonna love how Angela and his ways. Because I feel like if he ain't like the girl or whatever, I don't know. Maybe he's there with the access or whatever. He had his own funny way to show his love. Maybe to banter back and forth with Angela and give her a hard time. That's probably how he is. There are some guys like that who may not say "I love you," and even though if you want to hear the words, he may not say it because they asked him, "Do you love Angela?" and he couldn't really say it. But I said, I don't know, because at this point, some people want to hear the words. They want to hear the words. We don't need you to be prideful for you not to say it. Say it. So Angela and Shamia was talking and everything, and then this is the whole problem when I talk about the facts of the fracture and the cracks in your relationships and your friendship with someone. Because if you have an issue with your best friend, why are you talking to the ladies in the group who baby don't know y'all like that? So Shamia, you don't be sitting here talking, saying like, "Oh, I didn't say nothing behind your back. They ran to you and said something, put some spin on it." I said, "No, they didn't. They did exactly what you said and how you said it. It was no different spin. It was no freaking twisting the words. She reported exactly how you said it. Just straightforward. She ain't put no umph to what you said, Shamia. So if you didn't want to talk to, if you didn't want the ladies to get back to her, hey Dominic, how you doing, boo? What's up? I'm behind the screen right now because the Wi-Fi, not the Wi-Fi, the internet connection be acting up a little bit. So I try to show my face every now and then, but when the symbol come back on, I have to get off camera. Hey, what's going on? How you been? Miss you around here. But I know you probably watching the bushes. We got life. We understand. I don't watch the show. I know that's right. I know that's right. I was not gonna watch the season. You know that. I was not gonna watch the season, but I said let me give the season a chance because I basically want to see how this Kenya and Brit basketball went. been great. I've been great. Hanging in there, doing me. I'm still around, working, chilling, maintaining. I'm at peace. I don't really have much major issues in my life, so it's good. Healing with the tooth, or stuff like that. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. We all go through some things sometimes. But I hope things is working out and it's not keeping you down. Because no matter what's going on, you keep your head up. So you will feel type of way. So you will talk to the lady. So I don't think it should be any issue. Because I said, listen, Shamir, you know this game long enough for you to know if you do go say some things around a lady, a group of friends who was a ensemble cast, you had to know someone will bring it to the person you're talking about. It's no secrets. So don't share things if you don't want to get back to the person that you're talking about. Or whether have you want to spin it. Because I know this recent episode, she spent it as, oh, they was mainly talking to me. And she said, oh, yeah, I feel the way I'm going to talk about it. Yes, it's like that. About the song, they said they was doing most of the talking. She wasn't really saying much. But now, the last episode, it was showing that you were saying things too. So our production was giving them receipts that, yes, they was complaining, saying that, oh, how she's not a good friend. Or it's like you more loyal to her than she is to you. And we all seen that. That's what we call your lapdog. However, you also will feel some type of things about how she has not attended your wedding. She be saying she do things that's not reciprocated. You want her to have your back more. You were saying this thing. So if you didn't want to get back to peach juice, you should have not said nothing. You should have said, listen, I'm going to talk to my best friend about it. I'm not having this conversation with y'all. Period. That's done. But you engage in these conversations. And I like how Angela did it because you know how Angela, she's been the MVP so far, moving things along because we don't have Sheree anymore. Because Sheree would be the bone carrier. That would be Sheree's job. Sheree would have been going around being a bone collector. She is a bone carrier because that was her job. So, but y'all were trying to play on Angela plate head top when she caught y'all talking about smack about her. Now I know you and Kelly is online saying y'all apologize for laughing at Angela. Cause now, Shamia is not really good friends with Peach Juice right now. So they apologize. But I say, yeah. And I also was like a clip in the past. Remember what Marlo, what Shamila had a whole issue? And then Marlo said exactly kind of the same thing that Peach Juice said about with Charles, that she would have F her man. And Shamila had a whole issue with that. So for you to get on this season and act like it was no big deal, you laugh at anything. You wasn't laughing then when Marlo was saying that. You had a whole Twitter post. Say this bird and all this extra stuff and get whatever what. You didn't say, oh, you could take him, go ahead. Go ahead. You didn't say none of that. You was ready to go windmill her for your man. So don't say act like you didn't understand none of that. But okay, go. But yeah, you still had an issue about your thing. Because, like, listen. Because we always like, damn, Peaches, why you couldn't attend her wedding? Because you said you had some medical issues. I said that was a bunch of bull crap anyway. So, hey, Shani, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm good. I'm here giving y'all a little review. Be on my grind this week and whatnot. But we talk about Housewives of Atlanta and how these dusty people is doing. How you been? How was your week? Well, we've been good, y'all, too. I was named Employee of the Month at work and everything. It'd be good. Been so good. So Brit Basketball took her husband. And it's great. We didn't see Brit Basketball this episode that much. She had like a one little scene, but that was not to talk about. However, Oh no, because I posted up earlier. The internet connection is going in off. It's going crazy. So if it's acting up, instead of having the video being choppy, I had to get off camera so you can listen to. So every at times you won't see me. I'm off tomorrow too. I'm off today and tomorrow. I know that's right. Am. See. So if I'm off camera, it's because the internet is going wet. Because it's raining over here. Yeah, it's raining over here, so it's messing up the camera. And so the video get choppy when you stay on it when the internet connection going up and down. So you can just have to hear my voice. Yeah. Oh yes, and I'm off Monday too. Yes, I'm gonna try to do something. Cause nobody say nothing about no barbecues and like that. You know, back in the days we used to have barbecues, Memorial Day barbecues and shit like that. Nobody say nothing. So I might just say, might go with my family or whatever, and probably just have a little dinner. So we'll see how it goes. If not, I will go out to eat. And it's what it is. All right. All right. So what's going on? Oh yeah, it was great that we didn't see basketball so much the last episode. I would say great, great. However, she told her husband, saying her husband and her sister Sherry, sister Sherry, is at odds and whatnot because her sister cannot keep her warm at night and all that. So I said, good, cut all out, cut it out, all that. You didn't have nothing to say to what sister keep you warm and whatnot. Got to get it together. Good. We know you got a husband. Good. They made up. They make amends. Poop out. Be gone. Next morning. But she did say Angie needs to take accountability. I said, what Angie needs to take accountability for? You kept messing with the girl. Not with the stress mark in your mouth. You got miles in your mouth. Girl, get out of here. Stop messing with people and we know when accountability needs to be taken. Girl. Are you okay with basketball? Are you okay, girl? So Peach Juice with Angela. You know, Peach Juice said she really likes Angela. Angela's cool. I say Angela is cool. Just don't be saying you're gonna be smashing a husband, and you be all right. So you know, Peach Juice came. They had a little tennis match, and you know, Angela told Peach Juice, "What's up?" But we find out Angela's daughter married to a woman, and I said, "Oh." Because I was like, why is she living in a freaking house with the grandmother and the auntie when she has a whole husband? But even though now she got a wife, I said, so what's going on with the wife? Why y'all don't have your own place? But whatever. I guess they must. So she was like, Angela was saying she's a helicopter parent. Maybe that's what she. I said, no, that's a bunch of bull crap. Because if you, whatever, your relationship is solid, she could have told you that she got married. I said, I want to hear nothing about that figure daughter try to act a whole figure, have a whole Emmy nomination. Why you didn't tell your mother that you getting married? Especially if she's not the mother that's condemn you from being who you are. Because I don't see that's all I get. I don't think it was a big deal that she married a woman. I just said it was an issue that you didn't tell your mother you was getting married. Goodbye. So you want to have that whole thing? I said, get out of our face, little daughter Amari. Get out of here. Okay, about none of that. So the girls go to Pimp by Portia, Pimp by Peach Juice, and they must be wearing wing lingerie. So she had lingerie for them, but I guess they all came with their own little stuff anyway. Cause I said, how y'all coming there with laundry? I could have sworn she supposed to have lingerie for y'all to wear. But invite the ladies, Eva and Drew. I said, oh, you inviting Drew too? I said, you need a promo. You probably need a promo or have all the ladies together so they can help promote your little products. But hey, according to people, they say some of our products are good anyway. So more power to y'all. Congratulations. And I mean, they had this whole little photo shoot. It was cute for whatever. And they said trying to have this whole thing about, I think, saying that Drew trying to sleep with Dennis. I said, Drew is not trying to sleep with Dennis. Like I said, if Drew could have, she could have. If Drew was one of those type of girls. I said, girl, I don't give a fuck about you. I try to make amends with you. So, yes, I was sleeping with him. Backflipping everything. They probably seen the video of it. You would be really crashing out since that's your baby daddy and everything. Make sure you take angles and take notes of what I did. If she was messing with a petty chick, the petty chick would fuck Dennis. Because he's a whore as well. But okay, girl. So, Angela was telling Peach Juice about what Shamia is saying. That feel like it's a lopsided relationship, friendship, and she feels her way about things and whatnot. Exactly everything that Shamia said was what Angela reported back to Peach Juice. Peach Juice got upset about it. She said, "Oh my God, really? A lopsided friend?" And she started crying. Now we ain't see no tears, but we know she was really hurt. She felt like she looked like a lap dog, and she lopsided with friendship, and she started crying. I said, "Oh." I mean, I didn't really feel bad, but I was like, "Oh, that's messed up." To hear your best friend saying all that, and she didn't talk to you about it. That must be really hurt. You need a hug. You need a hug, girl. So Ralph and Drew cannot communicate with each other. They really not really communicating with each other that much, and they also can't really talk about the divorce with the kids. I said, I don't know why who made this. The court made the ruling, but at the end of the day, these kids are not stupid. Now all of a sudden, they got to stay in the basement, mommy's upstairs and whatnot. They're not interacting, you're not kissing, you ain't do none of that to each other. They are not stupid. They gonna know what's up. So all this not talking to them about it, whatever. They peep things. They may have friends at school might say something. Mothers who watch the show and may say something to them. So they all supposed to be meditating. This is paid by Portia event because they did all that extra stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then Shamia's like, like a lost puppy. The sad puppy, just sad girl, just sad. You want to sing some hymns? Like she was about to sing some hymns. Sitting there, everybody trying to meditate, and she just up here. So Kelly got up. Kelly had to show her little booty. I said, girl, you love saying your booty. Like, girl, got up, went over there. She said, what's going on? Because she can't talk lowly, right? She had to have a microphone voice, like another speaker, Simone. So what's going on, girl? He said, I just can't. I'm just not feeling it and whatnot. And they talking. Exactly. They ain't stupid. They know what's up. It's an age of technology. They're gonna find things. And if not, their friends will probably tell them. Y'all in the show, you don't think they won't know nothing? Okay, whatever. So they talking, and Pichu said, shh, 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 shh. Y'all talking really loudly. And this is what I had to get out. She may have to get what she had to say out. She felt like why they went to her and told her like we supposed to be friends. I feel like you should talk to me about things. I have some issues going on, and Kelly wants Peach Juice and Shamia to make up, to be good. We don't like to see this happening, and we know. Yes, they know how to work a phone. They know how to work a phone. Everything. They be on YouTube so damn much. They know how to navigate the YouTube thing, work the phones out, decline calls, everything. Yeah, she didn't want to meditate. She didn't like the laptop. What better do? And then that's why, right? She'll teach you how to do things. So she didn't want to meditate. That lapdog comment really bothered her, and she didn't want to be a lapdog. She didn't want no peace. Yeah, she wasn't feel no peace. She could not lay back and just do the meditation. And they want to get in a better place. She don't feel like the relationship is being reciprocated between her and Peach Juice. And Peach Juice said, I had to find out from people that you was talking about me behind my back. And I said, anything I said about you, I have never said it in front of her. I said, no, you still haven't said a lot of things that you wanted to say in front of her face. So don't try to play here and act like you have everything you said and have feelings you talked to her before. Because you did. It seems like it hadn't been no resolve because you still feel some way, especially about the wedding. Now we got the further truth from Peach Juice saying that she didn't tell you wedding because you and her wasn't talking. And she said she attended the wedding in Atlanta, but she said, Coach Shamia, that wasn't a wedding. That was something else. Her real wedding was in the Figure Destination trip. They both has. You always chosen to give Peach Juice grace, and she needs to be reciprocated for you and whatnot. And she told you, I didn't tell you wedding because we were not speaking. She said, oh, I didn't know that. You were telling me, you told us you had a medical issue. That's where you couldn't go. But now, not because you wasn't talking to her at the time, so you didn't go. I said, ooh, champ. These had not been easier for them. But let's get into on the next episode. Because like I said, the episode 11 was boring. I ain't gonna hold y'all to it. I ain't gonna hold y'all to it. It was whack. The only interesting thing, yeah, she had a doctor's note. She had a medical thing. She couldn't fly. That's what she said. But now the truth came out. You didn't go because you wasn't talking to her at the time. So according to Angela, Charles had multiple businesses. He got a lot of businesses. He got a lot of car washes, locations in New York. He also coaching and whatnot. They had a cute little place to eat. And it's basically talking. She said, I love language is going back and forth with each other. The producer asked, do you love Angela? He didn't say a word. He was talking, but he wasn't answering the question. I said, like I said, I think Charles is one of those guys who loved his wife, but he ain't gonna say it. And he just wanted to be different. Just be different for no reason. She will talk to her mother. And one thing, rest in peace to Angela's mother. She posted on social media that her mom passed away. So it's like watching that scene and realize that knowing in real time that her mom actually did pass away is like sad. So praise to her family in a time of need and grief. And she said she had to talk to her sister because they like what happened with Shamari. Not Shamari, what's her name? Amari. Yeah, it wasn't. The only thing that was talked about, and it seemed like, to be honest, the only thing that was talked about was the freaking last scene. Everything else wasn't much to say. So Cynthia and Shamia talk. And Shamia was telling her, like I said, Shamia was telling her like how she's saying that the ladies was doing most of the talking and questioning why your friendship with Peach Juice and Peach Juice is doing more of the taking and you giving the most. And it seemed like the loyalty, you have more loyalty to her than she had to you, and not vice versa, in that order. And that's that. And you saying they was talking the most. But also you saw other clips that you were saying some things too. So girl, don't try to make it seem like they was doing most of the talking. You just sitting back and say, oh, I'm gonna talk to her, and something like that. And yes, I feel like, because you feel some way about the music thing. They also brought up about other stuff. And you had some issues. And you know you did. So now you try to make it seem like they put a spin and they twisted what you said to make things worse. I said no, they didn't. No, it wasn't. It was exactly what you said, how you said it. So don't be mad because it got back to her. Be mad because you talked. Be mad you talked. Because if you didn't want to say anything, because if you wouldn't say nothing and you was having these conversations, it would have been no reason for them to get back to peach juice. Girl, if they said that to you, you was 100% agree. Yes, you was definitely agreeing with them. You say yes, yes, this is what it was. Yes, 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 yes. So, girl, don't sit here and act like that was not what it was. Now, don't sit here and act like that. She wanted to have a conversation with her private, not with the ladies. I wish they would have talked. And she said, seeing you talking about your friendship with Peach Juice remind me of her friendship with Nene. And I said, oh, child. How they used to talk to each other all the time, call each other up, and have on the phone for hours. But now, when you see each other in events, y'all better only speak to each other. Yeah, it's that. Just like you don't say nothing when the camera around, you don't have to say things to them. Exactly. And you've been in this game for a long time, even though you're a friend of, you know how this game works. You know if you talk, it will be brought back to the person. Because that's how they drive conversations. It is that's why y'all always sit down, eating and discussing things because things being brought back. That's how things goes in reality TV world. Not just a Bravo, it's gonna own any reality TV show. If you have an ensemble cast, if you say something, it be brought back to the person. It's usually no secrets. Or if production wants something to be talked about, they will make y'all talk about it. Say, talk about this. And they will ask somebody in the cast who will willing to bring it up. But I will let Nene need to be said, oh snap. And then Peach Juice told Shamia what her mom said about her, to be careful of the one who carrying the bones. I said, be careful with the person who be talking about you. Behind your back. Now, Peach Juice trying to go around and act like she didn't say that. I said, girl, if you went back to tell her, you kind of agree with it. Because if you don't agree with that, it wouldn't need for you to tell Shamia. Or you would shut that thing down. Well, Miss Diane, your mother Diane been talking about Shamia for a while anyway. So now you get online, try to fight, have a war and fighting a word and trying to windmill Shamia because she's saying something about your mom. Good, why? So I was like, good, I don't know what to tell you, Shamia. You been to talk to Peach Juice. But we'll get to that scene in a minute because that whole scene, I said, Shamia, you better than me, girl. Because somebody gonna try to act like, sit in my face and try to act like they all disinterested or not interested in what I'm saying. Not just interested, not interested in what I'm saying. Then we'll have a conversation. That let me know you don't care. And that let me know I can just move on. Yeah, I don't see she say anything. All she said is that your mom and her mom was best friends, and their mothers was like best friends with each other, and their relationship have an up and down relationship. But that didn't affect it our relationship. They just had their own. Now, Angela, Cynthia, and Peach Juice went to bowling. After Shmi had his whole sit down with Cynthia, pour her heart out a little bit. They went to bowling. They talked. And then they asked Peach Juice. And I said, Peach Juice was going to keep driving about this PJ. I said, if I were PJ, I said, Mom, you better stop talking about me on the freaking TV screen. Like, I'm going to raise hell. Because you're not going to keep using me as a freaking sob story for everybody to make feel sorry for you instead of talking about that damn dust out of divorce and then talk about why the hell you did what you did. You keep bringing about how freaking this daughter calling Simon Pop Pop and she missing him. I said, I think you lied, to be honest. I'm going to say what I said and I ain't going to take it back, y'all. I feel like she used her daughter and saying her daughter saying these things and wants this thing, and I think that's not true. Because I don't think she going around. Because that girl, we barely see her girl. She barely see talk to her scenes. So for her to say she misses Pop Pop. And why are you letting this girl call someone Pop Pop when she has a father that's just active in her life? Well, she call her father. She be calling her father Pop Pop. Now don't figure Simon. Who the hell is he? Now you worry about what Dennis doing with Drew. If I would figure Dennis, I said, girl, who you trying to let my daughter talk to my pop? I don't care about who you listen with Simon now. I don't care how cool you were. Don't let him don't let my daughter talk about him gonna call the other man a pop when I'm around. That's what I'm saying. She got a motherfucking father. So you saying that she's missing him so bad and you text him. I said, girl, he gonna divorce. He don't want to talk to you. So why you texting him and putting yourself in a freaking dusty ass situation? Left you on red. Of course he gonna leave you on red because y'all ain't be talking. He did a smear campaign on you since y'all divorced. Since you found out he was a scammer. So girl, all this thing about your PJ missing this and this is that, and you gotta figure this out. Got the girls feeling sorry. If I was like that, I would be like, you know what? I would be supportive, but in my mind, I would say, girl, why? So now she says she's not strong enough to take on things right now because what she going through. Oh yeah, but you have a lot of things to go to be messy though. You strong enough to be messy, right? You strong enough to be sitting down with Lyles and try to get the tea about Drew, huh? You strong enough to drink Hennessy and say without your mouth you talk over smack about Angela and you got confronted, you scuttle after ass upstairs like you was a scared woman. So you strong enough to do all that, but you're not strong enough to talk about the things. Goodbye. We don't want to hear that. So that's our cop out. When it get too much. It's just too much for me. It's just too much. I can't talk about it. It's too strong. I'm on divorce. So you try to escape talking about things. So that would be an MO. So Drew talked to her mother, and we kind of find out that Ralph is doing the most. He won 40% of her Drew's Adora LLC and another business that she started. He not paying no child support, but he wants some of her money. I said that's the bump. I said, Drew, I don't know what the hell is going on in your life. Maybe you got stigmatized, and maybe you got some blinded about how good her body he got, or whatever. He got an egg-shaped head. Maybe you I don't know what's going on. But to let this fool play you like that, and then the courts making him stay in the basement and stuff like that. I said, no, that was a dumbass ruler anyway. He should be 2 separate houses, a quarter a day. You wouldn't have to be going through all this stuff with him. At the end of the day, you don't need a child support, even though he should be paying. But at the end of the day, girl, you making your own money. Don't be letting this dusty ass dude dragging you down. I said, what bum trying to leash off this freaking mother of his children businesses? Don't you have your own thing or whatnot? I can't stand it. That's why you gotta be careful who you marry. And not be so quick to marry and give them person kids, children. Be more selective, y'all. And then he want to be petty and took off the assets, her having access to the house by restricting her cold access to the bill. I said, so you try to lock myself out in the freaking place, and you did that thing, and then you wonder when people gonna be how people get angry, and then you saw the video, they said, oh, why she acting crazy? I said, no, you don't see why she acted like that. You don't start from the beginning. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people out there who make me acting crazy for no apparent reason. But sometimes people do things to make you act, so then you be the crazy one. Locking me outside of the freaking house, knowing that I'm supposed to stay in this house. So she had to go to a hotel. I said, no freaking damn way I'm going to stay in a hotel. You stay in a hotel. Oh, well. He do whatever he doing whatever he can to get a reaction out of her to make her lose it, so he has something to say about her in court. And I would, like I said, like you said, if I was you, I would bring this up. I said, listen, this is what he did. He locked me in something out. You said he supposed to stay in the basement and stay upstairs. There ain't no way he's supposed to be restricting my access to the house. That's what he trying to make it seem like, oh, this is my house, so I can do whatever I want to you, girl. So yes, I will restrict the house for you. That's what says Julie, you get your own damn house. Now, even though I think you paying this house, that's you staying on it, and that's what they're making you stay here. But I would say, no man, no hand, no bacon and cheese. I get my own place, so you would not going to be trying to play me like that. I would say, here! Go Power Rangers. It's morphin' time in this bitch. Kick that door right down. I know that's right, Shani. So Angela talked to her mother, and basically her mom said she want to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. So the house you got for me, I know it was cute, no Uncle Big Woo. It was cute, baby, but I need to have my own. But I was saying, well, Angela, I was like, damn, shoot. Kick down your door with my 44. I know that's right. Or kick down the door and smack the chick. In her case, smack the dude. Because we're not going to be doing that. So Kelly taught teaching her daughter how to drive. Kelly said, I said, girl, you need to stop yelling. No, girl, do you have to yell every time you talk about? Every time you see you yelling something. You just a loud individual. But whatever, Courtney will be helping with the rest of them on, and yada yada. Congratulations. Now here goes the sit down between Shamia and Peach Juice. Because that was the only almost the interesting thing. That just, you know, Jew ain't have been knit. I know that's right. That's I want to see what Drew's interview with Carlos. I want to see what she's got to say. We definitely gonna be doing video critique of that. All right, so Shamia and Peach Juice. So they all came when the restaurant. It looked like that food looked like good. If I ever go down to Atlanta, I want to try some of these soul food places because that's my favorite cuisine. But the food looked kind of good though. I ain't gonna front. Yeah. So they sit down, they talk, they sit down, and you can see the tension because you know Shamir wants to let it out. Oh, Shamir pants. She had a pants with the string on the back, showing her little booty legs and whatnot. And then you know Pichu had like a see-through lace kind of outfit. So it's like okay, so they both sit down, sit there talking, and they staring at each other. You can tell Shamia want to say something, and They said they had a little small talk. When you try, when you try to sit down with someone and you want to talk about something straight off, but you want to have a little small banter, small talk. I said no. Some people say no. Let's get straight right into it. Cause all that banter, small talk ain't doing nothing. You know exactly what we here for. So they're not trying to beat around the bush. Had a little small little talk like we don't care about none of that. Like we care about what my day was or how my week was. Let's get right into what we talk about. It is our friendship. So how your day going? Everything going good? How are you? What's going on? How been going on with your life? Okay, I said, start that small talk. Let's get right into it. So that's what Peach was saying. Listen, I know what you want to talk about. What you about to say? So Shamir is talking, and he go Beach Juice most of the time. Just stop. Shamir, just stop. Shamir, just stop, girl. What you want from me, girl? What you want? Just stop. I can't take it anymore. I can't. Just stop. I said, girl, what the fuck are you doing all this? Like, Can we got the food to go? I said, girl, oh no. All that time she been talking, you were trying to hurry up. You was skimming around. You were looking around. You didn't want to be there. You trying to cry it off. You trying to beg her to stop talking. You went to the bathroom. You juggling around the table, things on the table. I said, if I was Shamia, I'm saying there, I said, girl, you being dismissive. You act like you being dismissive. And she said, girl. And I said, and then I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm not sitting here with no girl who act like she just don't want to be bothered with my conversation. So, and then we get our food. We trying to sit down and try to have a conversation and eat. You said, let's get the food ready to pack up and go. I said, so you gonna volunteer to take the food and go home and not have this conversation? So you just want to talk about nothing? So what's your vote for me? Just stop. Just stop. Stop. I said, oh no. It is exactly the type of thing we were expecting. Peaches. And then she said, I said, girl, you didn't freaking yawn like you was tired. You yawned. That was a freaking deliberate kind of yawn, saying that, girl, what you're saying is boring me and I'm getting out of here. I'm not interested. When you hung like that, so on purpose, that let me know what I'm saying you don't give a fuck about. Yes, I said it. And that right there will let me know. I said, girl, I don't got nothing to say. I'm good. You feel you bored. So since I'm bored with you, we don't have to talk. We could say that right here and stare at each other, or we could just leave. Or you could leave, pay your bill, and I can eat my food right here. Because we don't got nothing to talk about. You do all this hip and hollering, looking around and stuff like that, act like you uninterested. You uninterested in what I'm saying. So, goodbye. You try to talk about how the friendship going. You try to talk about how we get here. Where can we go from here? This is my friend. I want you to hear me more. I want us to talk like we used to have a conversation. Not let anybody outside forces get in between us. And all Peach was trying to do is hurry up the hell up and get her to shut up. So she did whatever she can. She said, listen, get my hands. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it good. What are we going to say? If we had issues, you just talk to me and hear me. She said, okay, we got it. We do it. We got it. Hug it out and move on like the business. Peach got what she wanted. But we know that figure table scene didn't do me nothing because right now they still not talking. They still ain't cool. So that whole table scene didn't mean nothing. Because it's a bunch of bull. She said, I want the friend that we do. Can we get the friend that like you off camera and then we on camera. Why can I get the peach juice like on camera like you was off camera? She they don't pay me enough to do that. I said when she said that, I said, so our friendship don't mean enough to me because you didn't get paid enough. She was throwing a lot of shit at Shamia, and Shamia was taking it. And I said that's exactly what's an issue. You just take it. Oh, so you don't get paid enough? Oh, so you don't get paid enough to talk about things? You don't get paid enough to try to make things work for your friendship? So about the moon, it's all about the money for you? Okay. I guess they should not be paying enough to be your lapdogs either, right? They should wake up. They should be woke. They give you the booze of hell. And yes, I see the chart for the union, and it seems like Shamila and Peach Juice is first chair. I said, oh, really? I mean, that was my review. Let's do the sweet chart. Let me see what y'all think about it. Whatever, mingling. Y'all in different shows. I don't know if he cross shows beef with y'all. Let it be. What y'all think about the sit down? Nobody ain't saying nothing about it, but I guess it was nothing for y'all. But I ain't like the whole thing that Peach was doing. It's okay. This is prediction. Never mind. Done. Don't need to share that. That was a prediction. That was not actress in the chart, so we don't know yet. Next week we got Phaedra y'all back. Y'all happy? Are y'all excited? I'm not, but I don't care. Cause I said she's not needed. She's not needed. She gonna do nothing but stay around, being quiet, not saying much about her life. Yeah, she did. She definitely did. Because she was man enough to, she was woman enough to talk about these things before. It would be no issues. Or probably would be issues. You wouldn't have been going through this right now with her on camera. Now she know how she really feels. I don't care for Phaedra either. So ain't nothing gonna be doing about the she ain't gonna be saying much about her life. We all know about the people she's still messing around with Check. Just messing around with him. She ain't no relationship with him. She just want to mess around with him. That's fine. That's what you can do with you. But it ain't gonna do much of it. You gonna be staying around, watching people have little issues. I don't know me. You might have a little banter back and forth with some of the girls. But other than that, that's it. I'm looking forward to I think Drew and Angela, not Drew, Phaedra and Angela, because I think they don't really care for each other that much. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I be watching a lot of her interviews, but I think she said she had no nice words about Angela. But what not? And I guess Figure Fact is going back at full force. I say I wouldn't even think it'd be good with a girl who trying to use me up to come after someone else. Now, get me wrong, Peach Juice, you had your hand in it, swell. You had your hand in it as well. One with the lie that she told you. You shouldn't believe that. But I feel like y'all want to be good after all this year because if I was Peaches, I wouldn't care about nothing about Phaedra anymore. I would say, no, girl, well, you're not doing it. But like I said, both have fought, so I guess y'all may pass that and move forward. I wonder if Peaches will ignore Shamia once Phaedra is around. Probably. We'll see. Because it's like a fracture friendship. It probably be more cracks in their friendship that's happening now that Phaedra's around. She might be more focused on Phaedra. Because Phaedra Peaches is like this. And maybe she might feel the type of way about it. That probably further drive them apart. I'm looking forward to Kelly and Britt basketball falling out because I want to know what's being said. I'm looking forward to the next second half of the season, but not Phaedra being around because she ain't gonna give me much. I don't care. She not gonna be saying much a lot because people like about her and she jumped around the show. People gonna be loving the Raven. I said I better see the numbers up. The ratings better go through the roof since y'all want Phaedra back. So. I think that's all I have for the 2 episodes. I ain't even got much to say. I know it's probably some social media beef going on, but I mean, I'm really into it. I gotta watch that Drew thing and give you a review on that. Tomorrow will be Beyond the Gates review, and that's from episode 51 to recent. So we will watch. I almost finished with the last 2 episodes, so watch that. Give you a review tomorrow and whatnot. Part 4 of the read along of the Disney trial will be on Sunday because I think last Sunday was good because a lot of y'all came through and was discussing with me and talk about it. So I think we're gonna continue that. And so, what y'all plans for Memorial Day? Anybody plans? Any plans going on? I can't wait till next Thursday to meet. And when I'm Izzy's gonna be hanging out and going to a concert. And next Friday, y'all definitely will get my live video, talk about my experience. So it's gonna be a good week. And none of that, hey, listen, that's all I had to give y'all because there wasn't much going on. But I appreciate you coming through. I gotta finish watching Beyond the Gates and enjoy the rest of the night. But if y'all have anything else that I probably missed or discussed, y'all hit my Discord if I want to. My Discord link is down below in the description box. Chat with me there. We do watch alongs there. Finish watching things. Next month of June, I did post on a post, but I want to give you an update. Oh, here we go. It's acting up. Next month is June. Some other shows are coming out. So I will do Love Island USA season 7 review. Y'all know how long that season is. There's a lot of episodes. So in a few episodes, I'll give you a review or whatnot. I don't want to say how I'm gonna do about it. But they all having a season 6 Beyond the Villa episode, but I'm not gonna review that because at the end of the day, I want to watch the new season, to be honest, more so of that. So that's that. Caught in the Act Double Life with Tamar as the host. I'm gonna try to stick through it, y'all, because I can't stand for Tamar, but stick through it and give you a review of Double Life because it seems interesting. And probably any of the shows coming out. I don't know. But if anything, oh yes, Noah's Ark, the movie is coming out next month as well. So I definitely will be seated on Paramount, watch the movie, and we definitely will have a discussion. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We definitely will have a discussion about the movie because I love Noah's Ark. It was one of my favorite shows, and it sucks that it had more seasons than what we got, but however, because it was a good, great representation of our community in that show. Love story, it was nice. It was good, well written, everything. But they give us a movie to shut it out, to close it out. Love it. So we will talk about that. Anything else? That's it. And other shows are coming out soon. Get into it. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through in this Thursday evening. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for Beyond the Gates. Let me know how y'all feel so far. It's going good. And congratulations for the second season for Beyond the Gates. Yes, we made it, y'all. We here. But talk to y'all later. Oh, hold on. Peace out. Look at that. Look at the ambulance. Oh, that's right in my video. All right, later, y'all. Peace out.